Start recording.
There we go. We're going. We're recording.
There we go.
Figuring out how
Here
to
we are.
record the podcast.
It only took us a half hour.
Oh,
It's fine.
Okay. Also,
Yeah.
I only did 2 mics last time. And
Well, we figured it out. So
we
it's
did figure it
all
out.
good.
YouTube helped
That's all-
us.
And no one needs to know unless they want to.
Well, I just told everyone, so
Wow.
it's recording.
good. Shout out to my friend Jen for giving us all this fancy equipment.
Dude,
Jen,
the girl
Thank you.
Jen's
Rip.
Thanks.
the hookup.
She didn't die.
She didn't die, but
She just moved to Oklahoma.
that's kind of like
that's
dying. I've heard.
close
Same
to
thing.
death. Let's be
It's
real.
the same thing.
Oh man.
They get great tornadoes out here.
So,
Yeah.
do we have a podcast name?
Garrett.
We're not naming our podcast
Not
Garrett.
Can we name the podcast after
Oh,
the
my
last
phone,
book
my
I read?
phone's on. What was the last book you read?
Hold on, let me look.
Here, I'm gonna silence
on
my phone real
Amazon.
quick. There we go.
Can we call it?
Girl, wash your face.
I was gonna say that one, but I just saw this new book called The Wonky Donkey, and it is
I like it.
released in May 1st, 2010, and it's only $6.
Is it a kid's book?
It is a kid's book.
Okay, that makes
Scholastic,
You should buy it.
and you get to download the song.
Ooh.
There's a song.
There's a song.
Can you bless us with the presence of that song?
Let me look it up. I've never read the book.
It's okay. If we
Nor
hear the
has he
song, we'll
ever
know
heard
it.
the song. I think we should have
never read the
Chance
book.
just try to take a whack at the song and just sing something for us.
Huh?
You should just sing a song for us.
So I should sing a song for you guys?
Yeah.
Let me show you.
What's your favorite genre of music? Let me show you.
Show you.
You want to share this story?
Yeah,
With our
Nate, you want to
listeners.
tell this
Yeah, I would love to share this story. So we go, Chance and I go out to get some drinks, and we go to this very fine establishment called the Public House Brewery, and we're sitting outside, and I go to the bathroom. I come back, and Chance is talking to someone, and our friend's name, I'm gonna call him Ricky because that's our other friend's name,
And
but
we hate both of them.
we hate both of them.
Full disclosure, this guy's name is not Ricky.
It is not Ricky, but
But today it is.
Ricky's sitting there, and they're both kind of quiet. So I sit down, and I was like, "Hey, what's up, man? My name's Nate." And he's like, "Hey, man, I'm Ricky." And I was like, "Cool." And he turns around at Chance, and he the funny part that I didn't tell you guys, he completely boxed me out of this whole conversation.
Oh.
He gave
So
you
I-
the cold shoulder.
Yeah, so I show up with Chance, and he's like my friend, and then I get kicked out of this conversation.
He's like my friend.
And I'm just sitting there, and then I'm like, okay. And then Chance asked him, hey, what do you do for work? How do you support yourself? And instead of answering, he puts his finger up to tell him, oh, let me show you. And he proceeds to start singing opera music.
Yeah.
How'd it go?
I don't remember, but it was it seemed like forever. It was a very long French piece.
I didn't know it was French. I heard little Spanish words, so I thought Spanish
Yeah.
from over there, not over here.
Yeah.
So he sings a song, and Chance is like, hey, good job. He's really being really good guy, saying hey, you did great. That's awesome. And then he starts okay, but how do you support yourself? And instead of telling us, he tells us, oh, I sing opera. And then he proceeds to sing opera, and he just keeps on doing this over and
in
over.
front of everyone?
Yeah.
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 He was making a scene.
So he just kept on singing opera, and
Let
it
me
was
show you.
amazing.
Let
And
me
he never
show
told us anything about him, just that,
And then what's his favorite genre? He goes,
let me show you. And then he starts singing. So it was amazing, and I was so just caught off guard.
Ricky never left the public house that night.
And neither did Chance.
Is this it?
This is the Wonky Donkey song.
Oh, here we go.
Donkey Song.
You looked it up while you were telling a story?
Oh, yeah.
That was such good multitasking.
It was such a good story.
I was walking down the road and I saw a donkey. How it only had 3 legs. He was a wonky donkey.
Is this ableist?
This is the Wonky Donkey.
He only had 3 legs.
I was walking down the road and I saw a donkey. How
Where
it
is
only
this
had 3
from?
legs and 1 eye.
It's
He was
a Scholastic's book.
So are we gonna pay royalties on this?
Yeah, do we have to
Oh, yeah.
tune this a little bit?
Good point.
Hold on, let me cover my mic and then like let it record the mic, so it's like
We already recorded like a minute of it, so
44 seconds.
It-
But the
it's gonna
crazy
be
thing
rough.
is, this video has had 135,000 views.
wow,
It's a popular video.
it's a lot
So
of
people
preschoolers.
They're wonky donkey.
It reminds
So
me
is
of
that
like
the name
Baby
of the podcast
Beluga.
then?
Baby Beluga in the deep
No, I think I can find
sea.
a better book.
But yeah, so
The graphics though look pretty amazing.
oh snap. What is-
Ooh, we game.
We stepping up our game
fancy.
here. We getting a little light for our soundboard. Nope, no, we're not. Okay,
Oh,
take that back. I apologize, friends.
Is that newer?
Huh?
What mic is that?
This is Chance's mic.
Oh, it's
that's
USB.
the Aurora,
It's the
I
Aurora,
think.
like the princess, like Sleeping Beauty.
No, I lied. It's
Yeah.
the AUNA.
Oh, I don't know how to say that.
Yeah.
I
me
don't.
neither.
I don't know how. How do you pronounce this mic's name, Chance?
I have no idea.
Anna.
Anna.
Yeah.
Anna.
It was a
But
good
there's a
mic.
U
I
in
paid,
it.
I think like $15 or $20 for it, and I think it sounds pretty good.
Yeah. I'm tempted, so I don't have to steal yours. It was
There's
that
another
cheap.
book called I Need a New Butt.
Preach.
Yeah.
Cool.
I call it needing to lose weight, but
I
That's
call
fine,
it,
The phone's buzzing.
yeah. I don't know what I call it. I call it like getting too cocky at Buffalo Wild Wings.
Wait, what?
we call that the next day syndrome.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
okay.
funny. That's a good one.
Like thinking I can handle habanero sauce, and then
But you
the
can't.
next day I find out I can't.
Yeah.
It's you weak.
I'm one of
Whoa!
those guys- I drink
What
way
just
too much
happened there?
coffee and eat spicy food, and I still have the audacity. to
Uh-oh.
I don't know. We
go to
just
the
re-recorded
bathroom.
over
It's a bad
something.
experience
I
for
don't know
me.
what happened.
Ooh.
Ooh,
What?
I think
We
you
lost
just
some part of the podcast.
broke something.
I just
If
changed
it's
it
my
to the
story,
time.
I'm gonna be so sad.
No, I think it was like part of the B-dubs joke. 'Cause,
Oh,
like, it
that was
didn't-
even
that was
better.
It didn't move that
B-dubs
far.
joke.
We could
The
retell
story
the
sucked.
joke and edit it together.
No. No.
Tell it like Ronnie Dangerfield, though, now that it's contrived.
What's the name of
My-
that book called?
My plan.
I need a new butt.
I need a new
I
butt.
call that needing to work out.
Dude, I call that the morning after Buffalo Wild Wings. You know what I'm saying?
But
Okay.
in all reality, I'm not gonna go back and edit this. Like my plan is to have the like least unedited
Oh,
whatever
perfect.
podcast.
That's great.
No, that's great.
Most unedited podcast ever. Like I really don't care.
That's fine.
That should be the name of the podcast. The
Most unedited podcast ever.
Or
With Tamala.
there's
could
this
do
new
that.
book called Whose Boat Is This Boat? Comments that don't help in the aftermath of a hurricane by Donald Trump. Parentheses, by accident. I kind of want to get this book to see what he said.
Oh man.
Is it real or is it a
It's
spoof?
probably just random quotes from this past month in hurricanes. that
After
people just put in
Hurricane
a book.
Florence hit, Donald Trump spotted a boat that he had washed ashore. It was then that he unintentionally wrote, "Whose boat is this boat?"
Dude,
The
They
first
should
children's
release
book.
a second edition after Hurricane Michael hits because it's currently hitting right now.
Ooh.
Oh, is
Just
it?
have a series, yeah.
Oh my gosh, how crazy is that? Like, for people that live like in places where like hurricanes and like tornadoes happen, to like pack everything you have and then like leave for like a couple weeks and then come back and then like rebuild and then just knowing that
And then the things
it's gonna
coming.
happen again.
It's not quite in the same spot. It's like traveling different, and also
it?
it's not. So Florence like sat over
Yeah.
the land, which made it was sort of like Katrina effect, where it just rained, whereas Michael's like moving a lot. So,
So Michael's got some energy.
yeah,
Dude.
he
It's
turns
working
off and
out.
goes back to the Atlantic Ocean right before DC. So
Oh.
at least that's
Are you
what
guys
I
on
saw.
the podcast right now?
Yeah.
Yeah,
we're doing a
we're doing a
podcast right now.
podcast.
Yeah.
It's good.
There's 4 microphones, but only 3.
Because they're stereo. Because they're
This
left
is
right.
Jonathan, our intern.
Jonathan, say hi to the fans. The
Hey, guys.
fans being my Twitter followers, which are not a lot.
Hi, all 12 of you.
Tamala's been killing it at the Twitter game.
You have been
lately,
killing the
in
Twitter
my
game.
Personal opinion.
See, that's the thing though, but it's always the same like four people that interact with it, so it's like, and I feel like I'm taking this turn from being random and like just tweeting whatever to being like a snobbish movie person, because that's been a lot of my tweets lately have been about movies. So I don't know if it's a good change.
That's good.
Yeah.
I think you need to read some of those like places that tell you like when to post.
When to like the social
Like,
media like
yeah.
strategy.
Yeah.
True. But no, I usually just tweet whenever I'm done at a movie, and then I tweet my opinion on the movie, and that's about it. Bye, Jonathan.
Bye, Jonathan.
Like A Star Is Born. Music is great. The movie, not so much.
Really?
Yeah, that's my thought on it. Go see it for Lady Gaga.
Done.
For Lady Gaga.
Yeah.
Who was the other guy in it?
Bradley Cooper.
Bradley
Gaga.
Cooper.
Georgetown alum. Hoya Saxa.
What a cutie.
Yeah. He can sing pretty decently for a drunken country guy.
Really?
Yeah. Like, that was not the distracting factor in the movie, so I was surprised.
I kind of want to know what it was because I don't think I'm gonna watch it.
Okay, so
But-
yeah.
do you guys care? It's a
No.
movie that's
No.
been remade 3 times. So
No.
A Star Is Born, the basic premise is a girl is trying to find her way into stardom, whether it's acting, musicals, or in this case, music. And she runs into the famous dude, and the famous dude usually has like an addiction problem where he's an alcoholic, or in Bradley Cooper's case, he's both. And so they meet, they get married, her fame surpasses his, and then he sort of like tries to struggle and get better for her. He doesn't. But anyways, when she's famous, she like dyes her hair like bright orange, and like it's just it reminds me a lot of like Gwen Stefani. And then you have Country Dude, which made me kept thinking of Blake Shelton. So half the movie I kept thinking of Gwen Stefani and Blake Shelton.
Are you saying that Blake Shelton is not successful anymore?
No, I was just saying like that's just where my brain went to, and I kept getting distracted. I was like,
Or Blake Shelton?
you love Blake Shelton?
No.
No,
I like his persona on The Voice.
The Voice. Well, okay, let's be real though. People only really know him for The Voice now, and not so much his music. That's the only reason why I know him.
Absolutely right.
So therefore, in reality, maybe the story's about them. Not really. It's the third remake of a story that came out in 1937. So
What a twist.
Nate just got really excited about something.
No, I was just thinking like, what if this was a true story of like Blake
not.
Shelton?
no, it's a story that came out in 1937. Judy Garland was in the remake, and then Barbra Streisand had a version in 1976. And now we have the Bradley Cooper Lady Gaga version. Vanity Fair had a really cool article about how like each generation has their own version of this story, and so they think the next one, like in 2030, is going to be like the Kardashian type story, because like that's what our fame is centered around right now, is like social media and just reality.
So basically, this was a novella or a soap drama.
Yeah, it was a
Or-
drama. It's a romantic drama
Yeah.
for sure.
That's fun.
The music is fantastic. Bradley Cooper did really well with his directing debut. I feel like he might have played it safe because this movie's been made 3 times already.
Yeah.
So that's just my thought.
That's cool.
This has been Movie Time with Tamala. Let's move on.
Tamala, what movies are you looking forward to that are coming out?
Oh gosh.
Movie Times with Tamala.
Movie Time with Tamala. I honestly wish I could tell you off the top of my head. I don't really like anticipate movies. I just see a movie once a week. So if it's new, I'll see it. So I cannot tell you what I'm excited for.
Do you budget that
Oh yeah.
to see a movie once a week?
$5 movie Tuesday. But next week I'm gonna go see Halloween because Harkins is showing
I
up.
really
Oh,
want
yeah.
to see it.
Yeah.
The new one?
No, it's the old one.
There's a movie coming out called The Old Man and the Gun pretty soon here, and it looks really good. I want to go
Yeah.
see that.
Oh, I did look at that one. That one does look interesting.
And by it looks really good, I mean Tom Waits is in it, so I want to see
You
it.
have to see it.
What do you think
BuzzFeed's
about
movies to look for in
uh,
October?
what's the one about the vice president?
Ooh,
Oh,
Vice.
Vice.
That one
Vice.
looks fantastic.
Yeah.
That doesn't
Dude,
come out
I'm
till
looking
Christmas
forward to
though.
that one.
That one looks interesting.
Yeah.
At Liquor Deli, we were sitting there, and these 2 gentlemen like sit down, and
Oh, yeah.
they like cut up their cigars, and we got into some very interesting topics of choice, and some of it was
It was Dick Cheney.
Dick Cheney
Yeah.
and how
Oh, that, yeah.
was it 3 DUIs that he said?
Yeah, 3. Yeah.
So
That's funny.
it was funny just sitting there and being like, listening to these old guys talk about it.
So Tamla just got excited about
I got
something,
excited.
and I'm excited for this as well.
Okay, so I'm currently on BuzzFeed's October movies to see, and like of the list, A Star Is Born, I already saw it. I want to see The Hate You Give, but I didn't read the book. But
Ben's on
First
that, saw
Man
that.
with Ryan Gosling being Armstrong and the Journey to the Moon.
Oh.
I'm
Oh,
I'm
I
so
do
excited.
want
more
to see that.
excited
It
for
looks
what's her
real
name?
good. What's her face from The Crown?
From The Crown.
Claire
'cause
Foy.
I freaking love The Crown. She's also the girl with the dragon tattoo.
Yeah, which I think is so weird 'cause she's gone from playing The Crown to like that girl. Like it's just weird.
But
Like, 'cause, like
she's
that's what I
so
knew from The Crown.
They're
the
coming
first
out
time
with
around.
another girl with the dragon tattoo.
Yeah,
What's
it-
that one
it-
called?
I can't remember.
It's coming out soon.
but
isn't
it's
it?
the
I don't know, I
it's
saw the
it's the
trailer when I
queen
watched
from The
Venom.
Crown who's
It
playing
looks so good.
But yeah, the first.
But she's
first
not going
man
to be
looks
in the
great.
whole season this season of The Crown.
Yeah, no, because they're
because
jumping
they're
in the timeline.
Growing her up,
Yep.
and I'm really sad.
Like how much growing up?
Like, they're jumping probably 15 years.
Yeah, like 15,
Okay.
20 years.
Ooh. That's longer than I've been alive.
Please
no,
explain
no,
that.
that's wrong.
That's not true.
That's
You
so
just
wrong.
had a birthday recently. How is that possible?
Did I?
Yeah, I think you did.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you probably don't remember that. That's my fault.
It was your birthday too. Nah, I remember it. It was fun.
Was it a good birthday?
I was there,
Mm.
so I don't know if that makes it fun or not.
Tamala was there.
She
Actually,
was.
I went out and went social for once.
It was really weird.
It was very weird.
It was very weird.
I had a really
Frank.
good conversation with Giles, which only happens like once every 6 months.
You know,
And
he
it was-
he surprises me.
It was good.
He shows up when you need him to, you know?
Yeah.
Metaphorically and mostly physically.
Yeah. Aquaman's coming out December 21st. Did you see the trailer for that?
I'm excited just
He's so
because he's a
He's
fun
so good
character, but like it's a DC one, so I'm not like too high hopes on
Yeah,
They-
they're wrecking it.
They did a good job with his character.
it. He was
What
the
did he come
only
out in?
he was the only good character in
Oh,
Justice
Justice
League.
League.
Justice League.
The only good one.
Yeah.
Truly, he was funny, ripped, had good story.
Yeah.
He's buff.
They're changing
everything you
Superman again?
Yeah, so he
Yeah.
couldn't be in the Shazam movie with Zachary Levi, so
Which
they
I think
cut him.
is really lame because just wait like 3 months for him to finish the other movie.
Right?
I think he was too busy with Mission Impossible at the time.
It's
Which, have you guys seen the new one, Mission Impossible Fallout?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was good.
it was so good. Like I would
No.
actually buy that one.
I haven't seen it.
It's pretty decent.
It's
I
fantastic.
just want to know when they're gonna be done. Like, I'm not saying I don't like Mission Impossible, but he can only go so long.
True.
Dude.
and
They'll
develop the
be done
character
when
so
Tom
much.
Cruise dies.
It's probably true, but is he gonna die though? Because he's a
I-
Scientologist. So
That's a great question.
And
I don't
he's
know if
probably
I
in the
believe.
best shape of his life
he's way buffer
He
than me.
is.
right now.
He's in the best shape of his life.
There in Mission Impossible Fallout, there's literally only one shot where he looks like unfit, and it's like I can't remember the character's name, but like they had a heart to heart, and he like walks into the room and like interrupts their conversation, and he just looks so like unkempt, and I was like, what is happening?
You should tell him.
I'll,
Hey,
I'll
man.
tell
Hey,
Tom
buddy.
Cruise.
We're still talking about
You
movies,
just don't
right?
look
We're talking about
One
Tom Cruise in
shot.
movies, yeah.
Chance, what movie are you excited for, buddy?
It's called The Girl on the
Tom
Spider's
Six,
Webs. Is the new
creator
movie.
of the
Yes.
Human Centipede movies, is
Oh,
making
gosh.
a new movie, and he says it's going to be worse than all three of the Centipedes.
I don't know if I'm excited for
Why
that.
would
I'm excited. I'm sure I'm going to see it, and I'm sure I'm going to regret seeing it, but I've got a morbid curiosity, and so is it going to top the Human Centipede movies? I don't know. I would like to see,
That's fair.
and I'll let you guys know.
So let's talk about this new Grinch movie really fast.
New
There's a new
movie?
The
Grinch
Grinch.
movie?
Oh,
The one without
I-
animal abuse.
I'm excited because of the Jim Carrey in the original version. I love the original like animated 20-minute one. 'Cause that's what I grew up watching, even though I was a part of the generation that had the live action.
In all technicalities, that's what everybody grew up watching.
Yeah, but I'm saying because like there's like it's like if you ask my younger brothers, they grew up on the Jim Carrey one, and I'm
Yeah.
just like no. So I'm excited for it to be back in animation.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be good. I think the Jim Carrey one always holds a special place in my heart because it is quite impressive motion from Jim Carrey.
Yeah. But Cumberbatch is the Grinch.
He doesn't even sound like himself in the movie, like in the trailer.
Pardon my language, but I am
Beneficial.
definitely a Cumberbitch.
Beneficial cucumber.
Me too.
We probably can't post this now on anything for UCYC.
No.
So
No, it
yeah.
goes on my Twitter. That's where it goes.
sorry.
Yeah,
It's
besides
fine,
we
my
know,
grandma
like,
will just
20
hear it and,
Chris's,
like-
so.
True.
I
Well, you can
like
say it was Dustin who said
It
it.
was Dustin.
I like
I
the
am
original cartoon How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like how mean he is to his dog, though.
That's fair.
In the cartoon or in the real?
The cartoon. I like the live action one too, with Jim Carrey. It's nice. I also like a series of unfortunate events with Jim Carrey.
Jim
You know
Carrey.
what? I do too, and
I
I
think it's
also
so good.
like Neil Patrick Harris, but I think they do the same character. Like
Yeah.
I'm struggling to find
Do they really?
drastic differences in their characters. Their
Yeah.
look is different, the way that they use their body to portray the character.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, Count Olaf is just Count Olaf. You have to be him one way.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
There's not really much you can do with it.
Is that series good?
I am in love with it,
You
but
would
that's
recommend
also
the
because that's
watch?
the last book I read.
Ah. How long ago was
Oh,
that?
yeah.
It's 5th grade.
How did you graduate from high school?
It was a long journey, my friends.
Oh,
That's
man.
impressive.
That's pretty good.
You should.
Sparknotes.com.
Yeah.
But that requires reading.
That's
so
everybody.
You've read stuff, you just haven't read a book.
I haven't read a full book. No.
Has not read a proper book.
Not anything that doesn't tell me how to live a better life.
That
and
should
a
be
better
the
person, which doesn't work
podcast
for
right
me,
there.
I guess.
You should write a book about how much you hate reading.
I've thought about it, but it would be a really bad book because I don't know how to read very well.
Oh, man.
I feel like there's a group of people that would love that book.
They'd relate to it. I'd have to have a lot of pictures in it.
Yeah. We could do it. If there's any team in Prescott, Arizona that could do it, I think it's our team.
Publish a
I
book.
agree.
I think we should.
I've always thought about hiring somebody that just writes down what I say because I can speak it,
Yeah.
but to sit down and actually write it myself,
Mm.
yeah, right.
Do you guys remember that app that came out?
Oh, 2011 or something. Like
Yeah.
that, 2010.
Dragon.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
I don't.
So it was this app that you it. I want to say, from what I remember, it was the one that kick-started this whole oh, you don't need to ever write anything down. You just
Yeah.
speak into your microphone and it'll write everything down for
I
you.
do sort of remember that.
Super anti-education
Yeah.
app.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Learn how to write.
Yeah. But I was like, oh, I want to get that so bad.
It's
No,
just
what-
call that spell check.
I was terrible at writing.
When you first said you want someone just to write down what you say, my mind just went to Community and how Troy would follow around. What's his name?
Gambino's character, right?
Yeah, Gambino's character would follow around. Chevy Chase's character and just tweet the most outlandish, racist things this old dude says.
I don't
It's
think we have any in here.
it's the funniest episode ever. But yeah,
Sorry, Jonathan
That's what I thought
just
of.
came by again to say hi.
he really wants to be on an episode.
Maybe look in that shelf in that room.
This
Where
podcast
the
has been brought
tools
to you
are?
by.
The production trailer.
That's the only thing.
Shrimps.
I still think we're onto something with the Creative Diaries situation.
The Creative Diaries podcast has been brought to you by.
Shrimps. You can eat them.
I'll just drop in the Shrimps commercial we made.
Just
Okay.
eat them
Audio
before
for
they
it.
eat you.
Just
The what?
You got to eat them before they eat you.
Shrimps. Eat them before they eat you.
eat them before.
Eat them before they eat your children.
Oh, God.
No,
I'm
seriously.
dealing with children here.
But for reals, you really should.
A shrimp ate my son.
Oh, what's the story? Tell me the story.
No, I don't want to.
I don't want to relive that in my life.
It's hard.
It's a really sad one.
Oh.
So,
You think this will pick up me drinking this water?
Let's find out. Smart Water, not a sponsor.
it's not even smart water. He filled
That's
that
probably
up
going
from
to be the most
tap.
obnoxious thing. on this
Smart Water
pod-
bottle with tap water from the
Podcast.
bathroom, not a sponsor.
Not sponsored.
Not sponsored by Smart Water, but if you want to.
But if you
Smart
want to,
Water,
Let us
please.
know.
wouldn't
I
I
have
have
a
to pay rent.
for reals.
Yeah.
So we have a video shoot this afternoon,
Mm-hmm.
and this video is for an event called Church Co-op,
Yes.
where we invite a bunch of pastors to come hang out with us. And when we're writing a video for a bunch of pastors, we have to realize that they've seen everything on the sun.
Thank you.
So nothing's funny to them. So really, we're just making videos to make us laugh. But do you guys want to describe this video that we're about to do, and see if anybody else thinks it's funny?
Can we talk about the actual
It's called
person
To Catch a Calvinist.
Yeah,
and how sad I feel for his life right now?
absolutely.
Okay.
So before you detail the story, I love these videos so much because we're like just sitting in the back, and like we're running the sound, the lights, and the presenter, and I just love just that we're all like giggling. We're trying to like be really quiet when we do watch these videos, and I always forget like to actually see if everybody else likes it because I'm just like anticipating all the jokes.
Yeah, we usually get a like one chuckle
Yeah.
from the senior pastor who's
Yeah.
been doing this for 35 years.
Yeah.
Ha.
And then I'm in the back like trying to be quiet.
And then we get all the young pastors that are like, "That's so offensive.
How dare you?
You don't know me." And we're like, "Yes, we do.
Yeah,
we know
we
you
know
very
we know
well.
you.
We know who you are.
We are
You can
you."
see right through your Biola bachelor's degree.
Oh, man.
Disclaimer: we love our pastors. We love our friends.
They're very nice.
But we make fun of them a little bit, as I would hope they would make fun of me. Okay, premise of the story.
Oh, am I
Yeah,
telling it?
yeah.
Yes.
Oh, it's not my video. I can't remember.
But you wanted to talk about this guy's life.
But that was like an afterthought. So, Space Church Robot Pastor. I believe that's what it is.
It's just called Space Church.
Oh, Space Church, sorry.
But it's brought to you by the makers of Robot Pastor.
Brought to you by.
Brought to you by.
Brought to you by.
What
The
is the
creators of
spinoff?
Robot
Is it
Pastor.
Eli Monk? Is that what we're calling
Eli
him?
Monk.
Eli Monk.
Yeah.
And he's trying to sell everyone on the Space Church.
Yes.
Go make a church on the moon so you can see satellites from your campus. I believe that's the line.
Yes. Yes. So the concept being that, churches plant other churches in high schools and get support from Chick-fil-A's and do things in movie theaters.
Not a
and-
sponsor.
Yet.
Yet.
And what's next for the church? You know what I'm saying? We can only build so many buildings in one city. We can only reach so many corners of Phoenix.
We can only make one website.
So what's next is
One website
church
with 2
in
buttons.
space.
I think it'll be a good video.
Space Church.
Space Church.
Space
Let's
Church.
make it happen.
And just so everybody knows, we do provide you with a robot pastor.
Mm-hmm.
Because going into space is hard.
Yes.
Going to space is hard. Have you ever tried it?
Yes.
Yeah. How'd it go?
It didn't get very far.
I'm sorry.
I filled up like 30 balloons. Got like 10 feet in the air.
I did it up
Mhm.
style.
Yeah, it didn't work for me.
Oh.
I tried the
My apartment
The
doesn't
roof with
attach
the
from
umbrella thing.
complex.
Mm.
The what?
jumping off the roof with an umbrella to see if I'll float away like Mary
Mary
Poppins.
Poppins. Ooh, Mary Poppins. How do we feel about that?
I'm torn, man. I'm
Dude, I
torn.
think the original movie is fine. They should just leave it at that.
Mm. How do we feel about Emily Blunt and
I-
Lin-Manuel Miranda?
I love Emily Blunt
Mhm.
with a deep fire inside of my soul.
Okay.
So I have complete faith that she will do well as the character. I'm just worried that it'll take away the magic that Walt Disney created. He had so much passion and heart into that movie
Mm-hmm.
and that character. And so I think we're all going to be a little let down, but there's going to be a little bit of nostalgia in there. So, but the kids got to know Mary Poppins, you know what I'm saying?
Dude, a
So-
spoonful of sugar.
Does help the
Spoonful
medicine
of
go
sugar.
down. Yes,
That's a good song.
it is good.
I love Mary Poppins. That's one of my all-time favorite Disney movies.
Dick Van Dyke, I think, is in the new one.
He is in the new one.
Really?
Wow,
Which
dude,
Yeah.
is
that
great.
guy like is unstoppable.
He really is.
That's
Rip.
crazy. He's what, like 90? He's like pushing 100, isn't he?
Yeah, I
let
don't
me
know.
let me fact check
I know
it
he's
for
in
you
his
real quick,
90s,
bud.
But what they haven't said is if Julie Andrews is going to make an appearance. because she's
92.
apparently
He's
not
92
doing well.
chance.
Is she not doing well?
That's what the rumors are because she
Mm.
hasn't made any public appearances for a very long time.
My only complaint about the movie is
92.
that
Oh.
Meryl Streep
Yep.
is in it, and like not Meryl Streep is great, but I feel like they sort of just like shoved her into the movie because like people go see it because Meryl Streep
Because
is in
it
it,
makes sense that Meryl Streep's
And
got
it's-
to be in Mary Poppins.
and it's just
Yeah.
it's just
I don't
when
think
I
it's
saw her name
necessary.
pop up in the trailer, I was like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
yeah, I was annoyed.
Yeah. Wasn't she
yeah.
in? No, did she do a thing in Into the Woods?
Yeah, she was.
with Emily Blunt.
She was
It's the woods.
the witch.
I didn't like that movie that much. What about you guys?
Well, I did the play like 5 times. times. and
As someone who like grew up
Really?
watching like the musical, like the recorded one that they did, whatever,
Yeah.
all the time,
Uh-huh.
I enjoyed it, like the reimagining of it, but it wasn't the same.
It's just not the kind of
I didn't think it was
movie
that
you
good.
can make. Like Broadway makes it elaborate in their stage designs, and so
Mhm.
trying to make that into a movie, you don't really get much depth in
No.
your visuals because it only takes place in like 2 different settings: the
Yep.
woods and the house,
Yep.
the
Yeah.
bakery or whatever
There's a
farm.
scene that I think is all the scenes with Johnny Depp were so laughable with the what was it, like a wolf costume and everything.
Mhm.
I couldn't take it seriously.
It's Johnny Depp.
Especially
so-
that scene where he goes up onto the hill and like howls. You know which one I'm talking about?
Yes.
Yes.
It's, yeah.
I didn't like it.
I would agree though. I think a lot of Broadway shows should just kind of be left on Broadway.
Mm-hmm.
Truth. And a lot of movies should not go to Broadway, such as
That's true as
Spider-Man.
well, or a lot of cartoons, and for that matter, because there's a SpongeBob musical.
Is that
coming
one
out.
still running?
No, is
Yeah.
there?
Yeah, it
Dead
started
serious,
running
yeah.
last year. I don't know if it's
Good for
still
them.
around though.
Good
Oh
for
my
them.
I
gosh.
hope it's good. I
It's
hope
not.
it's good.
There's no way.
Unless
Do you
they're
know
in
what
it.
I would be eager to see is Green Day's musical?
Ooh, American Idiot.
I mean, it's a little outdated at this point,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
Conceptually, I think it would be fun.
I heard the soundtrack. I didn't love
Yeah,
it.
it's the American Idiot album.
No. Like the the one they recorded for Broadway. Stop making me look dumber than I actually am. I don't need anyone's help. No. I mean, like the Broadway version. I didn't care for it.
There's a documentary about it where it follows Green Day and the kind of process to create it.
Yeah.
It's actually a really interesting documentary, but there's a part in it where Billy Joel Armstrong, who's the singer of Green Day, if you don't know,
Yeah.
he wanted to be in the production at least once, so he showed up as the character Saint Jimmy, and it was really hilarious to me because he tried to sing this Broadway style production, but he just sounded like Green Day.
Yeah.
It's fine because it's Green Day. But
Yeah, for sure.
it was really funny to watch. You should watch
Everybody
it.
loves a little bit of Green Day.
American Idiot.
SpongeBob SquarePants got the best musical award.
Wow. Is that David Bowie?
I don't believe that.
I don't know if I believe it either, but it's on there.
From
Forget
what?
what
From
will
like
come
the
to.
Tonys? Like from what?
It says the. Hold on, let me go back.
MTV Music Video.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
Awards.
what's
the
The-
Teen Choice Award.
What's the academy
the
that's giving them?
YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't think it's
Is
that
the
important. You don't
soundtrack
have to
for that
stress
like
Yeah,
on
no.
Apple Music?
I kind of want to listen to it. I'm gonna look it up.
So speaking of MTV, as you guys know, I'm not really big into social media.
Yeah.
I just
But-
I have it to watch my friends and think about what they do with their lives. I do subscribe to 2 channels, and one of them is The Rundown. MTV's The Rundown.
E's Rundown, or is it MTV?
Is
I
it
think it's
E?
E's.
Is it E?
E has the Rundown.
I don't really care.
Oh,
I just really like it. It's with Aaron Lim, and I think it's hilarious. And it gives me the only news I care about, which is like the
The
political
non-news news.
And then the other thing is like the guys who drop things off of high places onto to see if they explode or whatever.
Mm.
It's
That's
really fun. It's like ridiculous or something. There's my 2 cents about Snapchat.
Snapchat.
I've been doing
I like Snapchat.
Solve on Snapchat.
Oh, yeah.
I know
I've
you
seen
and
this.
Lexi try to race through them to see
Yeah.
who can
Lexi's
finish
one
it
of our
first.
interns.
Yeah.
They're like super fun. They
Okay.
had a one where the girl died in this house, and like it was Halloween themed, and the murderer tried sucking her blood like in her neck, so she had like
Yes.
like
two
a
fang
vampire?
points in her neck. So I had to figure out who killed her, and I figured it out.
She looked for the sharp teeth.
That's kind of.
Mhm.
Yep, the guy broke
is-
his fang in her neck, and he had to go to the dentist. and that's
Let's
what
start.
gave him away.
Got him.
What do
No
you
one gets
have for
past
us,
me.
Chance?
I'm looking for the SpongeBob musical on Apple Music. I don't think it's there.
Oh,
I
gotcha.
wouldn't put it there if I owned Apple Music.
I mean,
They have
there's a lot of
A
Broadway
lot of
musicals
people.
you can stream.
like helping out with
Oh.
this
Found it. We're gonna
musical.
listen to it tonight.
With SpongeBob?
Yeah, John Legend, T.I.,
What?
Plain
David
White
Bowie.
Tees, David Bowie.
They had to have said to themselves, this is going to suck unless we get really great people to write
Yeah.
the music.
Lady Antebellum.
Interesting.
Pretty sure. The Flaming Lips.
Yeah.
I think in the Atlantis SquarePants SpongeBob movie, they had David Bowie played the villain, which
That makes
is
sense.
a shame because that movie sucked. David Bowie was really good.
What was the title of the movie again?
Atlantis SquarePants?
Oh man, I don't think I ever saw that one.
Yeah, I did. I was looking forward to it when I was a kid. It took me a little while for it to hit me growing up as a kid, like watching cartoons. Cartoons have a prime, and then
Yeah.
they start to suck. And I
Yeah.
didn't want to accept it because I loved the Fairly Odd Parents. But
Mm.
Yeah.
there's only so long you can ignore how terrible that show is now.
Are they still making episodes for that?
I think so. They recently switched to Flash animation for it, and it looks terrible.
What does that mean? Yeah, explain that.
So originally it was done frame by frame, right? Like every
Like hand drawn.
like hand drawn.
Oh,
They
do-
haven't.
Hey, wait,
they
side,
haven't made
side
a new
note.
episode
Do you
since last
know?
summer.
Did you guys know
No.
that there's a video game out there
Okay.
Okay.
and it's called Cuphead,
Cuphead.
and it is fully hand drawn,
No.
100% hand drawn,
That sounds
What?
stupid.
and it looks like old cartoon animation,
Like the old
No.
Disney movies.
like the old Disney movies,
Those weren't hand drawn.
Chance, did you know that those were hand drawn?
What?
and it's hand drawn by
I
hand
thought that was
with
just makeup.
with hands.
So does like someone have to go to your house and like draw each scene for you?
Like as you play it,
Like
like,
as you
frame
play
by
it.
I
frame.
don't know exactly how it works, but all I know is that it's hand drawn.
Interesting.
That's cool.
Sorry, let's continue this
Yeah.
conversation about Fairly Odd Parents
Yeah.
and Flash
So
animation
that was the deal with the old animation. Like it's all drawn
by hand.
by hand. And they switched to Flash animation, which is whereas as opposed to drawing out your frames, you're actually using what's called motion tweens, which is where the computer moves the body parts and moves the characters and all that for you, and it just doesn't look as lively. I think it was a step down. Yeah, you see what I'm saying?
We are watching a video now.
I see what you're saying. The last episode aired in July 2017, so they're not making any more, for the record.
So it's very
Oh, sorry, Nate.
wiggly.
Can't see. Is that? Oh, that's not the Flash.
Yes, it is. Well, it says it's Flash. It's the new stuff. So we're watching the intros of Fairly Odd Parents and just random clips side by side. And the original hand drawn, the one where they drew it by hand
Yeah.
with their hands. It looks good, but it's somewhat choppy.
That
This
one
one?
right there. Yeah.
Okay.
That's the Flash animation.
And the Flash animation is very.
It's just cheap.
It's wobbly.
Yeah.
It's sharper, but it looks like too crispy.
It looks like something you'd watch on the internet. It doesn't look like a.
It makes the mouths look like they're actually saying the words versus just opening and closing.
Yeah.
It might be me, but it kind of looks flatter. Like
It
the
does
colors.
look a
It
little
does
flat.
look flatter.
There's not as much depth.
Well,
Yeah.
it's
Little
because
flat.
there's it's not made with love anymore.
It's not made with
It's
love
like
anymore.
they're just using a computer just to move the parts.
They're not mom and pop. They're corporate America.
Corporate America.
We need that.
So yeah.
It's very important.
As bad as SpongeBob got after 2004, I will give them this. It just got worse, and it just stayed consistent at that level of bad.
This is Maisie,
our
our
intern,
other
Maisie,
intern.
has just found from our girl Jen, who gave us a
Thank you,
bunch of
Jen.
equipment.
Jen is a sponsor.
We found
she gave us
she is a
stuff.
sponsor. She
By
found
Jen.
a cup holder that attaches to a microphone stand.
She's really excited about
She
it.
found
amazing.
two of them.
What was I saying?
I don't know.
Oh, SpongeBob got worse, and it kind of just stayed consistently bad at that level of bad.
Mm-hmm.
But the Fairly Odd Parents got worse and worse and worse.
SpongeBob plateaued.
Yeah,
Okay.
I would say. And some people are saying they actually got funny again, but it's been forever since I've watched
Well,
SpongeBob. So
I guarantee you that I will not find out
yeah, me neither.
for myself.
I might.
I think
Just
my
to
favorite thing
know.
about Nate is that Nate will just like say something like every 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Just so we don't forget that he's there.
No, I'm here. Hey guys, I'm here.
Hey guys, I'm Nate.
Hey, how you been?
I'm good.
Time no see, buddy. How are the kids?
No, they're good.
Wait.
Maisie stayed logged into her Facebook as anybody would. So I just posted, this is a mic stand. This is a cup holder. And I think I'm going to post again.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go into
Yeah.
this.
I'm gonna pull it up. I don't believe you.
Is there a dab emoji yet? Because I think that would
Oh,
suit
that's
her.
all they
Emoji.
need.
I'll stop using phones if there ever. I will give up.
Oh, here we go.
I'm gonna heart it. That's a heart.
This is fantastic because she doesn't even
Speaking
know
of
she's
which,
walking
Tamara,
right
I
behind
actually
you.
have I have a
You have a what?
I have a photo saved in my Instagram drafts, and it's a picture of you
Oh gosh.
holding up a piece of paper that just says "I give up."
Oh, from yesterday.
I'm just waiting for the right time when I have a terrible day.
That's
I'm just gonna
fair.
post it.
I actually don't even have a photo of that.
Did you know that that is hand drawn?
It was hand-drawn.
That was 100%.
That
hand-
stuff on the whiteboard is hand drawn too.
Yeah.
People make fun of me because I try to do it with a ruler.
Does anybody want to
So-
explain
Gotta
why
get
it's
that-
so funny to talk
gotta get
about
that proportion
hands-on
right.
animation?
Nope, I do not.
We have this friend, and I'm going to call him Gage to protect our other friend. So people don't catch on to my friends. But Chance was really into this game called Cuphead, and whenever someone would come up to him, and the funny thing is about it, Chance, like no one really like brought it up, but you would like always bring it up.
Yeah,
And I think that's
Yeah.
what made it funny for us.
because I'm a child.
It was
and I
like your
get-
thing.
It was his
I
thing
think-
for
I
a
just
while.
get
I
about
think
that
my
stuff.
favorite thing. I'll wait till you're done telling your story.
Okay.
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 I got called dibs on next.
Perfect. No, but
Take turns
he would-
bragging on Chance.
he would bring it up, and then
I'm
he
used to
stopped
it.
for a little bit, and then we started like egging other people that didn't know about this story to bring it up. Like, hey Tamala, you should go to Chance and bring up Cuphead and tell him that you notice
It's a game.
that it's hand drawn. And most people would be like, yeah, okay. And then most people would be like, other people would be like, yeah, no, like I don't get what you're trying to do. But Chance would hear us, and he's like, okay, guys, I get it. It's hand drawn.
I
And
understand.
our other friend,
Yeah.
I'm gonna call him Braden to protect his identity as well.
Rip.
comes up to Chance and is like, hey Chance, I was just at Disney World, and I just noticed that like I went through their like old movie vault and found out that everything's hand drawn. And Chance automatically shuts it down and is like, okay, very funny, Braden, like good one. And I bet like Cuphead was hand drawn too. And our friend like looked at him, and Ricky and I were like, hey, like, calm down, Chance.
This is the opera singing Ricky, or
This is the opera singing Ricky. We're like, hey man, calm down. Hey man, calm down. It's okay. So
Oh man.
after
so,
that,
so
You
the-
stole my
so-
story. I was gonna tell the
well,
second
here's
half of that.
the funny part is that Braden, one, wasn't talking about Cuphead.
no, not at
I
all.
was in on it, and I
No.
felt bad
And-
because I kind of let loose on him.
Like he was being genuine, and then two, he didn't know that old Disney movies were hand drawn.
That was the best part.
If you're listening to this, Braden,
It's like,
whose name is not Braden,
Yeah.
well, after all
I
that
love
blew
you.
over, and I had some
But-
time to think about it, I remember it hit me like, wait. So let's back this up. Did you not know how those old movies were?
He's like, no, I did not.
it's really funny.
Oh man.
Oh,
But now he knows.
Yeah.
All you gotta
Now
do
he
is
knows.
educate the world, man. That's our
Mm.
goal in life.
Step one right there.
Step one.
Educate.
yeah, y'all torture me.
Hey, congratulations.
Did she wrap a cable?
She did very well.
Yes.
She wrapped the cable very well. That's good.
You guys should do ASMR.
That's
No.
pretty much what Chris is doing.
No.
I don't know what that means.
You talk like this.
Oh,
Now you gotta experience the sound of my fingers
like the
on
lady
my
from
phone. Now,
Pitch Perfect.
and now I'm gonna
Pitch
unlock my
Per-
phone.
Pitch perfect. I didn't like either of
Dial
those
a
movies. Did you
number.
guys like those movies?
What? They had the perfect pitch.
They were stupid movies, but they were funny. I never saw the. I didn't
like
see the third one.
I had a friend that was obsessed
Wait,
with
there's a
Just
third one?
watched it.
Yeah,
It's
when you
on
just want to have like a dumb
HBO.
laugh, it's worth it.
I'll put Airplane on if I want to have a dumb laugh.
I've never
Or-
seen.
That's
that.
fair.
Or the
Oh,
Naked
okay.
Gun.
When you said Airplane, my brain went to like the animated one that Disney made after Cars, not like
Oh,
the classic
Planes.
Airplane. And I was like, why would you watch that?
Because
I
would-
it's
I
would
silly.
never
It gives
watch
me
it.
a laugh.
I get
Because
you.
it was hand drawn. That's the only reason Chance would be watching it.
It's not hands-on.
It's not.
But if it
What is
was, that's why you would be watching
Yeah,
it.
no, fair. Yeah.
Oh man.
No other reason.
So Jonathan is back, and he found a guitar stand and our gifts from Jen, and he decided to take our MIDI piano and put it on this guitar stand
Thank you, Jen.
vertically.
Mm.
To
Why
clarify,
Are you talking like you're on NPR?
He is.
Because
I
that's
don't
his.
know what you're
that's
talking
his
about.
persona. His podcast persona.
This is just me. Do you have a problem with who I am?
Do you have a
How do you
problem
spell
with Mr. Barnum?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Just Google the
is it
lyrics
Y
and copy
E
it.
H Y E H.
So I have an idea.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
Yes,
any of
Jonathan.
your listeners want to, I'm gonna hop over here.
Okay.
Wait. We got a guest
Hang
mic.
on,
We
hang
have
on,
a guest
hang
mic.
on. We have a
mic.
guest mic. I don't
Hold
think
on.
it's gonna work. It
I
might
think
work.
I think it might work.
Just gotta
Hold
turn
this
it
real
up.
quick.
Can you say
can you
say
test that for
hello?
me?
Hello.
Test out. Keep going.
Is this a guest
Good.
mic? Is this working?
Yeah, yeah.
I guess
Am I on?
so.
I guess.
Yeah, I hear you.
Oh, you're on.
Now we
There
have
you
our
go.
guest Jonathan
Our
with
guest,
us.
Jonathan.
Go ahead and just go for it, Jonathan.
I'm the guest. So, if any of your listeners can make things, I want a GoPro, I guess, male adapter to a hot shoe female adapter.
A hot shoe.
Yeah, well, cold shoe, I guess.
I don't know what that means.
The thingy on top of the camera.
Oh,
Gotcha,
got it.
Yeah.
Why are you
Chance,
laughing?
are you okay?
She would like to
Yeah,
put
I'm
a
good.
GoPro on top of a camera.
No, I don't want the GoPro on top of the camera.
Where do you
That's
wanna
how it
put- where do you
goes.
wanna
I
put the
want it the
GoPro?
other way around. I want to be able to put stuff that you can mount onto a camera
Onto a
anywhere
GoPro.
else that I want.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
it.
That makes sense.
with the versatility of GoPro mounts.
Okay.
not.
So to my listeners, that is the request. If you can make it happen, go ahead and at me at Twitter, and we'll talk about it.
Thank you, Jonathan, for being our guest.
Thank you,
today.
Jonathan.
Thank you. I love you.
Who's that too?
What?
Who are you telling that
You
you
love
love
them
them?
too.
Listeners.
Oh,
Oh, the
okay.
listeners.
That's fair.
You got Maisie in the back over here. What are you doing, Maisie?
She made a label.
We have.
What are we labeling?
You label yeah, yeah.
car
I think it's mine.
You suck. Lols. What do I suck?
Yeah, yeah.
Is this to me?
Yeah, yeah.
Is this to
Yeah,
me?
yeah.
Maisie just.
After everything
label
I've done for
bashed
you?
Nate.
Where's that?
Hand in that?
Yeah, yeah.
Bring these out earlier.
Okay, so things are getting a little hectic up in our office
Okay.
right now.
They sure are.
After I did this
So
for
I
you?
feel like
The interns finished the task I gave them of labeling our new
And then
campus
this?
Jen.
I feel like now is the time.
Yes, I think
I'm gonna say goodbye. My name's Tamala.
my name's. What was my name?
Your name was Chris.
No, I was Dustin today.
You're Dustin
Oh, you're
today.
Dustin today.
'Cause I said a bad word, so I'm Dustin.
My
know what that
name is Chris Giles.
And I'm Nate.
And this has been the Creative Trailer Diaries.